So the Mets are like this drama, this reality TV show that you really just like. It's really bad, but you can't stop watching it just because how much drama is involved and just how it's like a drug. It's almost like a drug watching this team, and I'm caught in the middle of it. My dad injected me with this sickness as a young child, and he can't get enough of it either. My dad, I'm telling you, he watches baseball night in New York. And then he watches the pregame, and then he watches the game, and then he watches the postgame. And me and my mom just sit back and we're like, how can you do this to yourself? And me and him, by the way, we're 20-game season ticket holders, and I think will be our last season doing this. This is our 4th season, and I think we just had enough. We're going to the Darryl Strawberry retirement on Saturday only to see him, and that'll be fun, but the game won't be fun. But, you know, it's just like a really bad reality TV show that you just can't get enough of. And
now you've had enough. Until you've had enough.
Exactly. I'm glad it's over early this season so I can enjoy the summer, enjoy the beautiful weather.
Point guard? Yeah, it's. I mean, that could be point guard, Ryan. Like, that is the good news.
It's a shame.
If you're a Mets fan, though, you really don't have to play this game. You know that it's not happening this year. Like, I mean, you'd have to be crazy. I haven't met one Mets fan who is not basically completely out already this year.
Well, because you could see it. They're not uneducated about the game. I mean, you could see it. Now, I can't speak to, you know, the 2018 Nationals and like go back, nor do I want to, on exactly what the turning point was for them.
19.
And, that all of a sudden spurred it on. That's right, because it was the Capitals that won in 18 and the Nationals in 19.
Yeah, and I went to one of the most horrifying World Series games of all time.
Was that the series where the road team won every game?
Yes, the road team won every game. And I went to the game when they got absolutely hammered. Right. And I was just gotten divorced, and my ex was a huge fan of the team, and it was a very awkward time to be at the same World Series game as your ex-wife, who you'd just been married 2 moments ago. Didn't see her at the game. Just 2 different random strangers at a baseball game. But I was with my friend Jerry, and we had a great time until they started getting pounded. And we went to the National store because they're already down by a few runs, and I was like, I'm going to get a sweatshirt or something. I got some memento of the season. You know, I'm a big merch guy. And as we walk into the merch store, I hear the crowd like get even more depressed. A grand slam. It was like 12-2. There was no part of me that thought this team could win the World Series. And then, of course, they go back to Houston and dominate. It was bizarre.
But there's always going to be stories of, Don, you can't give up. But think of what you're doing by trying to hold on to those little tiny dreams that really have no shot of coming true. You've got to jump out. I think you can get more for players if you trade them in June until you wait till the deadline. And I know Michael says you can't rebuild in New York. How do you do that to the fans? How do you do this to the fans? Don't you think it's worse if you just tell the fans, listen, we're out. We're going to be trading off pieces. We're going to bring in some young kids. We're going to rebuild our farm system. And in this offseason, we're going to spend some money, and we're going to make some really key trades, and we're going to be a much better team in 2025. They may not go to the game, Peter, but they're going to believe. Then lie to them and say, we still have a chance. It could still come together. They're still not going to go, but now they're going to be mad because nobody likes to be lied to, Peter. And that's what you're kind of doing. If you're telling me you still think this is a playoff team after what you've seen and the injuries that they've gone through, then you're delusional and you're trying to dilute everybody else. And I don't think the Met fan's going to have it. So good on Ryan. You're still a fan, but you have to be realistic. It's not happening. You're 11 games under 500. So go find some team in the baseball encyclopedia that overcame that and believe in that if you want. Or look at all the myriad of teams that were able to completely turn themselves around because they realized what they were, made the right trades, and got up. That's the way to do it.
I 100% agree. I never followed Michael's logic with you can't do that. I mean, so either way you're losing. You can lose if you choose to not rebuild on, you're losing with no plan. Or you can lose with a plan to get better. I don't see how it's more respectful to just keep putting quarters into the same broken machine over and over again.
So the fat slob
Go ahead.
keeps going to the bar and keeps asking the hot girls out. Keeps asking the hot girls out. One day, because I heard a story that there was a fat slob here back in 2012 that walked in here and was able to go home with a hot woman. So I'm going to keep asking. Yeah, you know what you do? How about go to the gym, lose a few lbs, work out, be a little bit more well-read, come back next year, and then actually have more of a realistic chance of picking somebody up because you look better as a person.
Yeah, we know you won't get to go to the bar and lose every night, but you might as well come back and win.
Yeah.